Who is the new Saiyan villain coming out of the Dragon Ball Super movie in December of this year? I've heard a lot of crazy theories over Raditz to Bardock to Turles, which I don't think it is. It could be the King of the Universe 6 Saiyan, some people are saying. It's probably Yamoshi, which I think the majority of the fan base is with. However, I have some other ideas as well, and I'm going to talk about all of these ideas and who I actually think it really is coming up right after this.
I want to take a minute to talk to you guys about something important, specifically security. Your security. Your cyber security. That's right, guys. In this day and age, people can just hack into you, take all your information, delete your whole bank account, and you're screwed. They can steal your identity, they can expose you, they can delete your whole YouTube channel. There are threats everywhere, and the only way to stay safe is with a VPN. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Now, you may be asking yourself, why do I need a VPN? What even is a VPN? Well, a virtual private network actually keeps you safe, secure, and gives you a variety of other benefits online. First of all, it makes you completely anonymous on the internet. So no matter who you are or where you are in the world, nobody can see what you're viewing from where. As you guys may have saw recently, net neutrality is dead. And that's really scary for us guys who use the internet on a daily basis. What that means is our internet providers are going to start charging us for what websites we want to go to. However, if you are on a VPN, specifically NordVPN, they can't see what you're viewing and from where, which means they can't charge you. Also, guys, you know that there's those websites and applications you try and use, but it's not available in your country or not available in your region? Well, with a VPN, guess what? You can still get into those and view whatever you want online.
This is how easy it is to use NordVPN. It's the most simple interface ever. You just click the icon in your task tray, boom, turn it on. Another great thing is if you go here to nordvpn.com/Mastar, it will take you to the landing page. Now, because you guys are fans of mine, NordVPN is offering you a special deal. You can get 3 years of NordVPN, 77% off. Guys, that's absolutely crazy. And you get so many features, it's mind-boggling. You get a military-grade encryption, super fast services. It works on all of your devices. Just go to nordvpn.com/MASTAR. I chose to promote NordVPN because I care about you guys and keeping you safe. And if you're constantly online, you need NordVPN to stay safe. And the best part about it is you literally just turn it on like a light switch and it runs in the background. You don't have to do anything. Sign up for NordVPN today with the link in the description. Flip on that light switch, keep yourself safe, and protect your freedoms online. Just a disclosure, I drew this as a concept of what I thought the villain would look like last night on stream. However, this fan art drawing by Kinzo Kumato on Twitter, I think is 1,000 times better of a concept of what the new Saiyan villain is actually going to look like.
Now let's talk about who or what this guy actually is. Now before we dive into the concepts of who he is, let's talk about a few of the major pieces of information that we've received so far, which can help us, for argument's sake, in deciding who this guy is. Okay, so the first major point that we need to make is that this video is talking about the origin of the Saiyans' power. It's going to take a deep look into the history of Saiyans and explore some of the unexplored elements of the race. The second thing I want you to pay attention to is the look and smile on Goku's face and his body language specifically. Seeing how happy Goku is and excited to fight this guy teaches us actually a lot about his character and who he is. Goku isn't stressed out, he's not angry, he doesn't have a lot of battle damage, he's excited about fighting this Saiyan. And that actually speaks volumes about who his character could be and why Goku is even fighting him in the first place. The next major point is that Goku has Ultra Instinct now, and if anybody's going to be a challenge to Goku, they need to have a form that is so powerful that it poses even a challenge to Goku. Otherwise, the movie would be boring if Goku's like, I'm just not going to transform and just fight some really old school Saiyan. That would be kind of dumb and it wouldn't be exciting. Everybody wants to see Ultra Instinct come again. I'm almost positive it will come out in this movie yet again. So whoever this Saiyan is, is has to have a level of power that is comparable to Ultra Instinct. And the final major point that I need to make before I start diving into who this guy is that his eyes are yellow. We've never seen a Saiyan with yellowish eyes like that, except for Super Saiyan 4, although I don't think that this guy is Super Saiyan 4, because if you take a look at his arm, it's not covered in fur. Also, this is a Dragon Ball Super movie. It is not a Dragon Ball GT movie, or even just a Dragon Ball movie in general. This is following the Dragon Ball Super story after the Tournament of Power. First, let's get these silly ideas out of the way. Raditz, Bardock, and Turles. It's none of those guys, and even if it was, they would pose zero challenge to Goku. There's no reason why Goku would be fighting his father. It's just completely absurd theories. We're just going to toss those in the trash can because it makes zero sense. It's just wishful thinking on the side of some fans, and there's zero evidence whatsoever to emphasize that that could be true. We're going to toss those in the trash can. Let's talk about something that's a little bit more plausible, and that being the King of the Universe 6 Saiyans. There's been a lot of talk about Planet Sadala of Universe 6, the Saiyan planet where Cabba comes from, and how Vegeta is supposed to go meet that king. That was his promise that he made to Cabba. Now, coming up this weekend, we're going to get the final episode of Dragon Ball Super, assuming that Universe 6, if not all of the universes, will be wished back. Now, if that was the case, you probably would have Vegeta go to Planet Sadala and meet the king. So if anybody's going to be fighting the king of the Saiyans in Universe 6, it will more than likely be Vegeta than anybody else. However, there's another point, in that king is way too weak to be going up against Goku. And the reason that I know for sure that he's weak is because Cabba and the rest of the Saiyans, Caulifla and Kale, were so surprised at every transformation that came out of the Universe 7 Saiyans. If they had ever seen someone that strong before, they would not be so surprised at Goku's transformation. It just doesn't make any sense that the King of the Universe 6 Saiyans would be anywhere close to the realm of power that Goku is in. There's another theory floating around that since Beerus wished back Earth in Universe 6, this is some Saiyan that comes from that Earth, which doesn't make any sense at all. The only reason why there's Saiyans on Earth in Universe 7 is because Goku was sent there as a baby, and there's no indication that the Saiyans of Universe 6 sent their people out to conquer other planets. They're a peaceful race. They wouldn't have done something like that in Universe 6. I'm pretty sure we can just throw that theory out into the trash as well. So let's talk about the most likely theory, especially the one coming from fans, as to who this guy is, and that is Yamoshi. So if you guys don't know, Yamoshi is the original Super Saiyan God, the one that basically went into Goku's body. He was searching the universe looking for a righteous Saiyan who performed the ritual, and he could basically, his soul could enter the body of Goku, giving him the Super Saiyan God form. Now, the name Yamoshi actually came out of an interview with Akira Toriyama. This was not in the anime. However, I do not think it is Yamoshi for a few reasons, but there's still a small percentage chance that it very well could be. The first reason I think it's not Yamoshi is because we got a few silhouettes of Yamoshi before in the anime and in the movie, and it looks like Vegeta. This guy does not have the stature or the look or the hairstyle that Vegeta does. However, it's very easy for them to simply just change the character design of Yamoshi if they wanted to, considering the previous looks at him were just silhouettes. Now, why would Goku be fighting Yamoshi? Would he use the wish to bring back Yamoshi so that Goku can go fight him? Is Goku going into a dimension chamber or something like the Pendulum Room, which Krillin and Tien and Yamcha went in to go fight Saiyans in Dragon Ball Z? That would kind of explain why Goku is so excited and why he's happy about fighting this guy if it is Yamoshi. However, there's a major counter argument, and that's that Yamoshi was only ever Super Saiyan. In the story with Yamoshi, he went Super Saiyan and then he was defeated, and then his soul searched the universe looking for a righteous Saiyan to enter. So this guy has never gone beyond base Super Saiyan form. And with that in mind, there's really no way that they could do an entire movie of Goku fighting Yamoshi if his strongest form is base Super Saiyan. Goku with Ultra Instincts now is so far beyond everybody else that all of these theories come up with. None of these people could pose a challenge to Goku whatsoever. power. With that in mind, it can't be Yamoshi, the King of the Universe 6 Saiyans, or any of these old school Saiyans that people keep mentioning. The next idea or concept as to who he is just simply a new random enemy, a Saiyan that escaped the destruction of planet Vegeta, exactly like Broly, exactly like Raditz and everybody else, who simply escaped planet Vegeta. They've somehow been training and dodging Frieza and Boo and all these other universe busters, and has lived and gotten strong enough to become Ultra Instinct. That really doesn't make any sense. There's no way that somebody like that would have gone undiscovered long enough, and also that story has already been told plenty of times, that they would just suddenly appear and have the strength of Ultra Instinct and be able to battle Goku. That doesn't make any sense with the story continuity. However, they could take the path of Xicor, who is half Saiyan, half God. The reason that this would kind of make sense is because, well, for one, he has yellow eyes. Saiyans don't have yellow eyes. So if this guy is half-breed, it would kind of make sense that he would be this strong. Half-breeds of the Saiyan race are very strong, and he could be a half-breed of a Saiyan and some other race. But I think the only way that he'd be strong enough to fight Goku in Ultra Instinct is if that other half of his genetic DNA is God. And so if he's half Saiyan, half God, there is a possibility that that could be the story for who this guy is. The final option as to who it is that it is the very first Saiyan. And I am almost positive that that's who this is. The first ever Saiyan ever, which meets all of the criteria that we've seen so far and explains why it is talking about the origin of the Saiyan's power. If he is the very first Saiyan, it would dive into the origin of Saiyan's powers. Why is this guy so strong? Who exactly is he? My theory is that he's potentially a former god, and pretty much like he spread his seed and created the Saiyan race, and they all have some of his DNA in him, which is the cause for their no limit power, and why Goku and Vegeta and the Saiyans seem to be able to get God Ki when no other race can, unless they're selected to be a god of destruction. So that's my theory, guys. It is the very first ever Saiyan who was originally a god. Now, the only thing that's a little bit iffy about this theory is that Whis or Beerus probably would have told Goku about this guy a long time ago. They should know of him, no matter how ancient he actually is. But it's very possible that we may learn about him in this movie. Maybe Whis tells Goku that the original Saiyan was a god. Goku says, I want to meet him, or I want to fight him. And he either goes into a dimension chamber and fights this guy, or goes back in time, or simply uses the Dragon Balls to wish him back. If Goku hears that the original Saiyan was a god and was super insanely powerful, Goku is going to be excited and he's going to want to go fight this guy. There's no indication so far that this guy is even evil, but he might be savage and primal, which is the cause for his look. He's got fur on his waist, kind of like the original Saiyan. Some of the pictures we saw, they're wearing fur. Additionally, he seems to have a very old school model of the Saiyan armor. And to me, most of it points to this direction. It's either some new half Saiyan hybrid that's come to Earth to fight Goku, which doesn't really make too much sense trying to follow the story of the origin of the Saiyans, or it is the very first ever Saiyan, and somehow Goku is getting a chance to fight this guy, and he's basically going to explain the source of Saiyan's power, talk about their history, and talk about where they truly come from, and why they're so strong, and why they have limitless power. To me, that makes the most sense. Furthermore, this guy does have the greenish aura and energy just like Broly, so maybe he is legendary form. But with Goku having Ultra Instinct now, I still think that he would be able to beat legendary form, unless this guy was like God legendary form. That would be pretty interesting and pretty insanely strong. We did get a new character design from Akira Toriyama for a Saiyan coming out of the new Dragon Ball Legends video game. This guy guy does look somewhat similar to the model of the character from the movie, but there are way too many differences in the armor and the look for it to be the same guy. I'm almost positive it is not the same guy, and that this is just a completely new character specifically for the video game. So, you know, this guy doesn't have yellow eyes, and he has way different of a look. I'm almost positive it's not him, and I'll probably do a video on this guy tomorrow. So that's my theory on the new Saiyan villain, guys. Leave your comments below on what you think, and thank you so much for stopping by today. Don't forget to check out NordVPN. Link is in the description and top comment. Keep yourself safe online. Don't wait until you get hacked or all your information is stolen before you protect yourself. All right, guys. Peace.